Hello everyone. So it's been quite a while since I've made a video. If you haven't seen on Facebook, I've been pretty busy. I just got done with this 4-day epic Tony Robbins UPW event, I'm telling you, I'm about to explain all of it to you, and my experience and everything that happened, but before I do, I want you to do one thing for me. Below, I want you to comment something good that happened to you today, or just tell me you're good. Where do you go when something bad happens, or if you're having the worst day ever, and if you had to choose a single thought or a single thing that had happened either that day or before, what is it? And comment it on underneath this video, because I want to see your guys is good. I think it'll make me happy, and you guys are always asking what I need, and this is what I want. So do me a favor, and I think by you typing all your good and your amazing things, it'll make us all feel good. So that's what I want. So be thinking about that as you're watching this video, what you're going to type after, because I want to know exactly what happened to you today that was amazing. Because I guarantee, and you may think, oh, I had a bad day, there's no way, and there was something good there. Now you just need to find it. So just let me know, and if you can't, it's okay. Think of something else just a few days ago, or something that made you happy, made you smile, and I can't wait to see what you guys put. But back to what I was saying. So if you didn't know, my neighbor Sharon, Lynn, I saw that a couple months ago. She was at this event with all kinds of guest speakers and a bunch of leadership in the room, and I asked her, I said, how did you get in that same room with all that motivation and mentorship and everything? And she explained it to me, and she was like, you should check out this Tony Robbins UPW event in LA, and you have to go, like it's right up your alley. So I looked, and all the tickets were sold out, and I was kind of bummed. I was like, man, this sounds like it'd be amazing. So I messaged her and I said, hey, thanks for the advice and everything, but unfortunately they're all sold out. So it looks like I'll have to look for another venue or some other thing to go to, and because they're all over the world. So that was basically my shot. And she's like, well, let me see what I can do. And she's been doing this stuff for a while. And long story short, she told Sarah and I's story to somebody who told somebody who eventually it got back, and I got a personal invite as Tony Robbins guest to go to this event. And I was in shock, like I couldn't believe it. And so I have to seriously thank Sharon, Lynn, for making it happen, because it was so amazing. Okay, so we go up there Wednesday night, we check in, we do everything, and Thursday's when it starts. And so Sharon Lynn's on the floor in front of the stage, like over there, and then I'm in like this VIP section off to the side of the stage, where all of Tony's guests are. I mean, we have, it's just insane to think about it. Celebrities, and all these people, just amazing people, lots of people, lots of money, lots of fame, lots of everything. There's reasons they're all there. And then there's me. I'm just a small town kid. I'm in the Navy, but I have a very unique story. And I'm standing there, and I'm the first one there, and I'm looking at these seats in front of the stage. And I almost sit down in the very corner by myself, like away from everyone a little bit, because I knew like it was about to be crazy, and I was starting to get a little bit nervous, like how am I going to even fit in? But then I started really thinking about it, and I thought, you know what, there's a reason I'm here. And that reason is to tell my story, tell Sarah's story, and hopefully inspire them. Just like I said before, like I went there with a mission, and of course I got inspired by so much, the people around me and everything else. And so what I did is I picked a seat right in the middle, and there's like 5 rows with 6 seats, and so you're all close. And I sat right in the middle, so that way they would all, like I was forced to be around people. And so you're getting motivated, Tony Robbins is out there saying, giving his advice, and everybody's getting pumped up, loud music, everything. And you're doing these activities, and you do different things. And, like for instance, one of them is, you think of all the bad things that you go to when, and negative thoughts that happen when you're having a bad day. And and then you think of, oh, you're good. Like I'm always saying, find your good, and to basically squash it and you keep moving forward in your day. And you think of events, and then you share with you pick a partner. And all my partners are, I'm thinking at first like way up here, and I'm way down here. And I'm like, then, I just got pumped, and I was like, all right, it's game time. And so my first, one of my first partners was, or one of the activity was, Tony comes over the mic, and he's like, I want you to pretend like you're selling something, and I want you to be passionate about it, like you're selling them and you're about to change their life with what you're about to sell them. And he's like, and so you're gonna pick a partner and go. Like I didn't even have time to think about it. So what I did was I picked the guy next to me, and I have no clue who it is, and so what I do is I start talking about a book, and I said, listen closely. I have this book. I said, and this book will change your life. I promise you this. And I said, by the way, it's a true story, and it's about this guy that's in the Navy, and he married his high school sweetheart, and what happens is, she gets pregnant right away. They have twins. They're born early and constantly, but all these things keep happening, we're true love. We end up having 4 beautiful kids. One of them's adopted. He's special needs, but he is just amazing. And I said, and the moral of this story is you find your good and you keep moving forward and you're living life, and we're still living life. And that's what this book is all about. Well, this sailor, he ends up leaving for deployment. And he comes back, and 3 days later finds out his wife has cancer. And it's one of the worst times you could ever, imaginable. But what this family does is they go home and they stick together, and they decide, you know what, we're going to take the positive route. We're going to find the good in our days, and we're going to continue to live life because we don't know what's going to happen. And we don't care how much time we have left because it's game time. And so, and this book will convince you. It will tell you how important it is to live your life, because you don't know what's going to happen. Tomorrow you could be told you have cancer and you have 2 days to live. Tomorrow you could get hit by a car, or you could live to be 80. But no matter what, you want to live your life to the fullest, and you want to have 0 regrets, and you want to make a difference and change the world. And this book will, I promise, lead you in the right direction. It will inspire you to be a better you. And honestly, in this book, I'm going to go to the end. The wife passes away, and it's the worst time ever. But the husband promises his wife that he will continue to do good things, and he will make a difference, and he will get out there, and he will make the world a better place. And and now he's got tears going down his face, and I have about to cry, and everything. And I said, and by the way, and he's like, they're like, time up. And I said, by the way, that's me. And it's a true story, and it's exactly what happened to me, and that's how I got to where I am. And he goes, where can I get this book? And I said, well, it's all true but the book. I said, I'm just now beginning to write it. And I said, it's all in the plan phase. I said, and when I plan on doing, and I told him about it, it's like every few pages, it's going to be from her perspective and my perspective. It's going to go a few pages where I'm talking what it's like to be the spouse and the caregiver and and everything. And then from her perspective, she wrote a ton in her journals, and I was with her 24/7. So I know exactly what she was thinking all the time. So it's going to be from her perspective and go back and forth until the end. And the end is going to be beautiful. Just wait till I write this thing. I'm already done with the end. I've already thought of it. And I'm telling him this, and he goes, you know what? He hands me his card, and he says, send it to me. I said, I'm an author, and I've sold, 3 or 4 international best-selling books, blah, blah, blah. And he said, I want to be part of this. And he said, if you need any advice, any help at all, let me know. And I was like, holy cow. I said, you don't have to do that, and he's like, take it, I insist. And, and I take it, and I put it in my pocket, and I was like, all right, it's game time now. This is how, now I've inspired him, just like I was hoping I would. I was hoping I was able to make a difference. Now I've touched one person, and I'm happy. But the guy next to him heard me too tell my story, and he's into it. He hands me a card. He's an author as well, and it's crazy. And I'm like, holy cow. These people, I look up to them automatically because I assume that they're better than I am at first, and this is my thought process at the beginning. And I'm realizing these are amazing people, and I shouldn't even have thought that, because we're all human beings. It doesn't matter how much money you have or what you do. It matters about what you do while you're living. And so, now I'm motivated, even more motivated. Again, now they're playing music again, and you're pumped up, and they're going over all this stuff and helping you, inspiring you. And I'm in this building with 9,000 super motivated, inspired people that think a lot like I do, and I'm in my element now. I'm like, holy cow! It doesn't matter. You have, Carmen Electra over there, and this and that. And like it's crazy for me, and I'm like, you know what? It's game time, And so I start talking to people and making it a point to know them, and hopefully, and maybe I can make a difference, and they're making a difference in my life, and we're doing this activity. Everybody's got their eyes closed, and we're talking about something really sad that had happened in your life, and something that or something that really just bothers you so much that it can take you from being positive to negative in a second. And I'm sitting there, and there's a girl next to me, and I hear her blowing her nose, and something just told me she was crying. I just knew it, so I peek, and you're looking down, so I like look, and yeah, she's crying, and I'm like, hey, are you okay? She's like, yeah, it just reminded me of something, when I was a kid, and I was like, all right, and I get back to closing my eyes, and I'm doing the activity, and the whole time I'm thinking, all right, I need to be her partner next, because I want to know her story, and I want to know how she got here. And so, of course, they're like, pick a partner, and I instantly turn before anybody can, I guess, pick her or whatever, and we become partners. And I'm not going to mention her name because we're friends now. We're friends on Facebook and everything. But she goes on to tell me about how she was raised. She's from Russia, and she was on the Russian Olympic team and all this stuff. And she's an amazing girl. And but she's telling me about how, certain people in her life constantly told her that she was stupid. And I cannot stand that word. That's one of the worst words you could say to me. And I instantly cut her off. I was like, let me tell you, you're not stupid. I said, believe me, I've known you for about 3 minutes, and you are the exact opposite of stupid. And there's a reason you're here right now. And, you need to use that to fire you up and to motivate you to keep moving forward and doing what, everything you ever dreamed of. And I said, making a difference, doing what you do. And she's doing all kinds of good things. And I look forward to seeing her story. Now I'm becoming friends with people, because we're all relating for different reasons. And now I'm we're on day 2, and I'm super motivated, and same thing. I meet someone else, and and this, it goes around, and I'm telling you, I'm speechless. Like, this event, literally one of the best things I've ever done, just because I was able to just talk to so many people. I love it. And and another thing happened. I'm talking to a bunch of people in the back row, because now I'm migrating, and more people are like, I'm talking to them, and I'm telling our story, and how important it is to live. And some people know why, I'll tell, they got to know why. And I'm showing pictures of my kids and things and everything. And we're all getting super close. And then on the 3rd day, there was somebody new, a couple new people. And this guy overheard me talking to someone else about, Sarah and I's story and the kids and how we made these videos. And it started off as update videos, and then it just eventually turned into us trying to show the world that no matter how bad life gets, you can find the good and you can keep moving forward, and how important it is to live. And when she wasn't, if she felt good that day, we were doing something, no matter what, and by doing something, if that meant all 6 of us were cuddling on the couch, or whatever, we were just always together. We were a team, Team Stone, everybody got to know Team Stone. Like, they were saying, hey, Team Stone, like, it was amazing. And now I'm not feeling like I'm out of my element. I'm feeling like I'm part of it. And it's a beautiful thing. And, and it just shows me that the world is limitless. It's not about how much money you have or how important you think you should be or are. It's about what you feel and what you do and what you're passionate about. And if something is really important to you, like for me, it's making a difference, and it's inspiring people to live their lives, because I've firsthand seen what can happen. Something bad can happen in a second, and you have to choose right then how you're going to react to it. And so everybody's going to react differently, but why not do it now? And that's what the message I'm trying to, as hard as I can, to get out there to people. You, Sarah, and I, it was so bad. She was so sick, but we still had so much fun, and we made so many memories, and our love for each other just built so strong. And I pray that people are taking what we said and what I'm saying now and running with it, because you can't sweat the small stuff, and your biggest enemy in life is yourself. When you're saying there's no way I can do that, or they did that because this or that, you can't be this hard on yourself. You got to appreciate what you have and know that you can do whatever you want to do in life. You really can. And that brings me to walking on hot coals. We walked on hot coals the first night. We're all pumped up that first day. The first night we go out there, and the metaphor is, you think, oh, there's 15 feet of hot, fiery coal, and there's no way you can walk on this without burning your feet. And that's like life. You look at something, you think, there's no way I can do that. It's impossible. There's just no way. And then guess what? You get pumped up and you're motivated, and you walk across this thing. You don't get a single burn. I'm talking, it was hot, but it was nothing. And you finish and you're like, holy cow, this is crazy. And that's how it is in life. You just got to go for it. And the second you start, you can taste the success, and you're moving forward, and then you realize that, it's not as hard as you thought, and it's definitely not as impossible as you thought. And now, guess what? You're succeeding in whatever you think success is. Money has never really driven me. More, it's helping people and doing good things. And if the money comes along, that's just icing on the cake. That means I can do even more, bigger, better things and provide for more people. And eventually that will come. But right now, my light at the end of the tunnel is helping as many people and raising my 4 amazing kids. I'm a single dad now, and I'm still learning. It's crazy, it's insane, and Jackson's not talking yet, but I can read his mind. I know exactly what he's thinking, and it's a beautiful thing, and they're my good and every day. No matter what happens, I know I have these 4 amazing kids to come home to, and I'll have endless snuggles, and and they may be as ornery as ever, but they're so smart and they're so beautiful, and that's my good. And I also can look back at all the great memories Sarah and I made, all these videos we can watch together as a family, and all the people that have messaged and said, thank you for sharing your stories with us, because you inspired me. I thought I was having a bad day, in which you probably were, but it's just a bad moment. You have to keep moving forward. It's so important. And so I know this video is getting long, and I know when they get super long, a lot of people don't really want to watch them, but I don't care. I'm just telling you how important it is. Please, when you wake up in the morning, you find a reason to smile. When you go to bed, you find a reason to smile. You have to. Do it for me. And I promise it will make the biggest difference. So just keep living life, be kind, and find the good in every day, and help as many people as you can, because you never know what people are going through. And it doesn't matter how rich or poor, or successful, or celebrities, this or that. We're all human beings, and we're here to make a difference with each other. We have to stick together here. For those that say there's no good people out there anymore, there is. Trust me, I just met 9,000 of them, and I'm surrounded by them daily. So many good people. So all you have to do is look for it. Quit focusing on all that bad junk. Get rid of it. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not important. If you're having a bad day, or don't focus on all that bad stuff. If it's something bad happens, okay, shift to something better. I'm telling you, listen to me on this one. This is one of the most important videos I hope you watch, because I'm at the point where I'm getting really inspired and motivated to make a difference, and it's game time, guys. So just trust me. And I'm about to get off here and go snuggle with my kids, because it's about bedtime for them, and it's one of the best parts of the night. But just keep living life and live it to the fullest, and do what you always wanted to do, and make sure you're happy. Do not settle, and just because you think there's no way I could do this or that, or do something bigger or better, because you can. Every one of you can. So do it for me, all right? And don't forget, I want to see some comments underneath there, and I'm serious. I've been watching there's a lot of people watching some of these videos, and I want to see people saying something that makes them smile. I don't care, something good that happened today, yesterday, in the past, whatever, something you're looking forward to, just all good things. I want this whole thing to be full of positivity and the good things happening in your lives, because that's what's going to keep me moving forward. I love positive things, good things. I'm tired of the news. You know, those are paid professionals to go out there and find a bunch of negative crap that we don't need in our lives. Ignore the news. Let's find some good stuff, all right? So just, I'm telling you, load up in these comments. I want to see them. I want to see everything. I'd rather it's your kids. Put pictures. I don't care. And anything that makes you happy, let's see them. And keep it going. And make sure you find your good, all right? But I'm going to get off here and go snuggle with my amazing kids. I love you guys. I had an amazing weekend. I look forward to getting more involved with all these events and helping out and really buckling down on this book, because that's what it's all about, making a difference and hopefully inspiring more people. And that's what my goal is. But thanks again for everything. Love you guys. God bless. And keep smiling, because that's what it's all about, all right? Keep smiling. All right. Good night.